One day I woke up and I looked at my family and I realized that the pressure that was on my back was real. I had people depending on me, and I didn't have the room or the margin to mess up. At that point in time, inflation, I was bringing in a great amount of money at that point in time, but inflation became an acid and it was burning through my income. Every week, you could visibly tell was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So I started looking for something that can give me that breathing space that I truly needed to not only be able to take care of the family and provide for my family, but also to make it ahead, to make sure I was building for the family, not just being a provider, but having something that they could look at and have in the future. God forbid something happened to me, and it's not just dependent on, insurance money or whatever. Something tangible, real. And I ran into trucking. The algorithm gave me the best of the testimonials. 6 figures. Trucking changed my life. Earn up to however much money. And I fell for the fantasy and I fell for the lure, which is what you're going to hear a lot of when you do reach that part of YouTube. And that's why I'm making this video, because these are the things that I wish I would have known before I got into trucking.
I came out of smoke with a flame in my chest. Southwest sun sitting heavy on my neck. Every mile I rode carved the line in the map. Now the whole damn state know the legend is back.
I know of a company that has no problem during the holidays giving you $200 checks, $300 checks, $400 checks. I know of a company. How do I know? Because it happened to me. This one may seem a little superficial. This is your home time, your holiday time, your PTO. When you're going back home, you'll see some companies that says home every weekend. That's not a full weekend. This is not working at, Geico, where you leave 4 o'clock on Friday and you have Saturday and you have a full Sunday and then you go back in at 8 a.m. on Monday. No, that's not what this is. You may get home at noon on a Friday, or you can get home at 10 o'clock on a Friday, or you can get home Saturday morning. You complete your 34 hours. During that 34, realistically, all you have time for is to do your laundry, maybe go run the Costco or wherever, Target, whatever you go to get the things to restock your truck, spend a few hours with the family, go back to sleep, wake up, do it all over again on Sunday. Get back to the truck, pull out, get parked up as close to your company, the customer, as possible, or at the customer, and run through that week again, all the way up until you get home again Friday evening or Saturday for the next reset. That's what they mean when they say weekends home. Just your 34-hour reset, and that's it. Holidays. Some companies will say, we get you home Thanksgiving Day, we get you home Christmas Day, we get you home New Year's Day. Take that if you want to, because it's going to be unpaid. If you live in a Bible Belt like I do, very often people will not be shipping out that if it's on let's say Thanksgiving and Christmas are both on Thursdays, that Wednesday, you may not find another load to bring back home with you to sit on until you deliver it on Friday, because they're only going to give you that Christmas or that Thanksgiving. So Again, companies are also closed the following day after those holidays. So you'll have no load on Wednesday. You'll have that Thursday off. You'll have that Friday off into the weekend. Pick up maybe Sunday, if you have like a drop yard or something like that to pick up from for a pre-plan, and then drop back off on Monday, and you'll have those other 3 days again: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Wednesday, and then that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off again. Because there's so many days off, you're going to get one of the lowest paychecks that you'll experience with the company. If that's something that's going to bother you, you might want to consider that as well. Now, you also, on the flip side, have companies that'll say for every 3 weeks out, you get 1 day off. That's 1 extra day off after your reset. So you stay out for 3 weeks, you run wherever they want to send you. You get 1 day off. Very often, that is 1 unpaid day off. You stay out for 6 weeks. That's 2 unpaid days off. It's not like they're granting you PTO. You have companies that you have 0 personal time in between whatsoever, and you get your 1 week after you've been there for a year of PTO. You have other companies that will grant you set hours every week, equaling up to maybe 1 day a month of PTO. You have other companies that will give you paid holidays. These are OTR companies, mind you. So do your research. Don't own some of these schools. They'll have recruiters come up there to speak to you. Don't just look at the schools, who the school had come up there as recruiters. There's other companies, right? I looked at who the school had up on their walls and who came to talk to the class that I was at. And I didn't really, truly go past that for whatever reason. You know, I chose out of that handful of companies who was the best out of the handful that came up to talk to us at the recruiting school. So if home time and PTO and personal time is important to you, make sure you're reading in between the lines and playing the futures game for yourself. Holidays. Friday, or let's say Christmas and Thanksgiving. Some places say, guaranteed home Christmas, Thanksgiving. Christmas and Thanksgiving at some of these places, some of these companies are unpaid. You do have those that have paid holidays. So if that's something you're looking for, make sure you're looking at the companies that are giving you paid holidays. How do I know? Because I delivered on a Monday, delivered on a Tuesday, it got to Wednesday. I live in the Bible Belt, so that Wednesday there was nothing for me to pick up. I got sent home. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I had absolutely nothing. Nothing that Thursday, nothing that Friday. So I ended up getting like $200 checks through that week, even though it was taking me, damn near 8-hour drive times, and then plus the 2 hours to go ahead and get the load secured and put onto my trailer. For all of that, I was getting $200, $300 checks. This is the reality that you're gonna have to live with. So you must do your research if you value your home time and if you value, the paid holidays and PTO. All right, number 2, recruiters, I won't necessarily say they lie, not flat out, but by omission, right? If you've ever done a job over the phone, which I've done several, you will be given scripts. As you get better, you can kind of venture away from the script, right? But their job is to entice people to come into the company. So I wish I would have known more about forums and ways to meet and talk to drivers. You can find me on X at SteelHorse48 on X. I can open up and talk with you. Granted, I'm not one of these 20-year drivers, so if that's the kind of mentorship that you're looking for, there's ways to get in contact with them. Also, I do know a few myself that I could probably connect you with. Now, finding a company's culture is very, very important, because you'll hear one thing, you'll talk to the recruiters, you'll hear one thing, but they will also dodge questions. So if you're talking to somebody like myself, or somebody who works for JB, or somebody that works for any of these other places, figure out the good, the bad, and the ugly before you even contact a recruiter. So when you're looking to see if because just because it's a good place for somebody else doesn't mean it's a good place for you. So when you're looking to see if it's a good fit, ask these questions and see what the recruiter does. Do they dodge the question? Do they start acting like you don't want to be on the phone with you? Really get a true feel for the company. See if there's a way you can meet up with a dispatcher. Get on LinkedIn and randomly randomly message a fleet manager from one of the companies, and hey, looking to come aboard with JB, looking to come aboard with Melton or whoever. How do you like it from your side of things? How does it work from your side of things? Like, really start these conversations and see if people are willing to chop it up with you. And then go from there. See if the company's really, truly a good fit for you. Depending on how people act, it may not be. It may be the individuals, but it's very telling as well. Get a feel for a company's culture before you fall for the glitz and the glamour that every company tries to show you, because they need the employees to run that freight. So at my previous company, I was at 31% pay. Now, I made a delivery one day and then saw that I had to pick up out of Waco. Typically when I pick up out of Waco, I'm picking up concrete. No, today I was picking up insulation. I didn't even know they had insulation at Waco. How much is this run paying me? $600. Point is, you need to know the true difference between percentage pay and mileage pay. You need to know what the company typically runs. So another suggestion, when you're talking to drivers, when you read what the companies deliver, the companies will say, construction materials, steel, this, that, and that. Who are their customer bases? Are they picking up from anybody who's offering money? Or are they holding to a specific set of standards of who they're picking up from? Because 31% of trash is still going to be trash. Give you an example. So 31% of 600 is 180 something roundabout. 180 something roundabout. Anyway. Not here to do math completely. But yeah. I get there, they pile up this insulation that they had sitting outside. The reason why they were getting rid of the insulation in the first place is because they kept getting fined by the city of Waco because the insulation kept flying into the middle of I-35. So they had to clear it out. So what they did was they gave it to some people that was going to put it up in a trailer park somewhere near I don't know, Durant, Oklahoma, Madill, Oklahoma, or one of those places, somewhere close to those places. They also wanted it tarped, so they stacked it to 1310 out of a yard and didn't have any way for me to tarp it except for the forklift. So they picked the tarp up with the forklift, put it up on top of this trash insulation, and then looked at me and was like, all right, hop on the forks, and put me on top of this load. So I drove from Waco to Madill-ish, which isn't that bad of a drive. Took it's 4 or 5 hours, right? Strap that load down, tarp the load for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours ish. We all helped each other, 6 other drivers from that same company that was there, literally. And we all were taking it to the exact same place. And we all came out with 180 something, give or take, depending on what your percentage is at the time. So hours out of our time, and all we got was $180 something out of it. 31% of trash is still going to be trash, is the point. You need to know exactly what the company is saying that construction materials from where, from who are the main people that you're picking up from. Is there any possible way, like, are these all dedicated positions? Are these people that you're contracted into? Or are these people that you are also pulling off of from the load board just to accept some type of freight and some type of income coming in? How often am I going to be getting these load board type freight deliveries or whatever? Those are things that you must know before you get into the industry. All right, so the next one is the we keep you moving trap, I'll call it. Yes, it's good when you have consistent freight and you're getting money in, right? But a lot of times, oftentimes, you'll find out that some of those we keep you moving companies are the companies that will accept garbage loads. They accept trash loads. They accept loads at any price point. And if they're doing that, your paycheck will follow suit and become trash. So you circumvent that by knowing what they carry. So if you get your hands on a driver and you're able to conversate with a driver, if they say we do a lot of construction, mind you, I'm coming from a flatbed history. They say we do a lot of construction. We haul a lot of construction. We do shingles. We do steel. We do, drywall, stuff like that. You want to ask them to break it down. Have you ever had to carry a load that was just complete and utter trash? Ask them, what was the lowest amount that you've ever hauled a load for as a company driver? Those are the conversations that you should be having. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. When you're running in the area where you're just getting, are you home every weekend? So what does it look like? What does your paycheck look like when you're home every weekend? What are the loads that you typically get? What are the loads that you get that just seem like off or odd? How much did that run? How many short runs are you getting? How much are those short runs? Like, I did a very short run for like $500 something. I almost got 2 of them in a row. But yeah, those are the questions that you should be looking and having explained to you and lined up. And last but not least is just how many people give you plain bad and stupid advice. There's going to be times where you feel like following some of it, but I promise you, like, it's not going to work out good for anybody. I take my CDL seriously. I take my CSA score seriously. So I'll give you an example here. The first time, I believe it's the first time that I was ever overweight, I was in Vicksburg, Mississippi, at Vicksburg Forestry, or whatever it's called. And my glorious fleet manager gave me one of those last minute dispatches that I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but I made it, and I got there with 10 minutes to spare. I knew it was going to be cutting it close. So they get me, when I get there, it's a problem with the load number. So now I'm wasting time because I got to keep calling the company back. Nobody's picking up. I need the load number. Finally get the load number. Get up there, get loaded. I see them putting these stacks on. And it's Friday, mind you. See them putting these stacks on. And I'm like, yo, that looks like it's going to be heavy. So I start trying to strap it down because I knew I came in last minute while they're loading it up. And they're like, nah, you got to sit in the truck. I sit in the truck. So I start trying to strap it down more. Dude gonna come over there and talk about if you don't finish that out front, we gonna lock you in here. You're gonna be sitting in here for the weekend. Mind you, I'm brand new. I'm listening to the advice of the company, like, don't argue with them, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, all right. I stuffed the rest of the straps in that I didn't have, wasn't able to tighten down. But as I'm driving, I'm looking at this thing like, wobble. I get on the scale. I'm at like 82.5 or something, like real close to 83. Probably like 82.9. But I know I was real close to being at 83,000 pounds. I'm like, yo, I knew. And then by that time, nobody's in there anymore. Nobody. So I had to sit there for the entire weekend, overweight, for them to take some of them stacks off. So I delivered that one. Probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I get overweight again. This time it's not as bad. I'm at like 81.5. Mind you, each time they calculate in their head how much each little stack or bundle weighs. So if you know it weigh that much, why are you putting it on my trailer? Why are you wasting my time? You thought just because you could tell it I was a rookie driver at the time, that I would be stupid enough to just run with it? No, you're dealing with the wrong one, right? So anyway, as I'm talking to people, they're like, sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Sometimes you just gotta get in the truck and just go. I'm not doing that. I'm not hopping in the truck, going across state lines, knowing that, you know, chances are I'm gonna, especially at that, if I would have got on the road like that at 83 something, not happening whatsoever. Because forget DOT, my company wouldn't have kept me at the time. I really doubt they would have kept me, especially being so new and being so overweight and just running with it. But yes, you'll run into a lot of people that tell you and suggest really, really stupid stuff. You just have to use your own discernment and know what to do and what not to do as situations arise. I'm not bringing any of this stuff up to make people nervous on entering the truck, and I'm just trying to bring stuff up because it's things that I wish that I knew before coming into trucking. Of course, rode with Steel Horse. For real, I hope you guys have a really blessed and productive day. If you enjoyed the content and you made it this far, go ahead, subscribe to the channel And stick around for more. I have a lot more coming up too. A lot of surprises for you guys that's in the works and in the mix. So until next time, y'all take it easy, cheesy.